The day science begins to study non-physical phenomena, it will make more progress in 1 decade than in all the previous centuries of its existence. My brain is only a receiver. In the universe there is a core from which we obtain knowledge, strength and inspiration. I have not penetrated into the secrets of this core, but I know that it exists. All that was great in the past was ridiculed, condemned, combated, suppressed, only to emerge all the more powerfully, all the more triumphantly from the struggle. Let the future tell the truth, and evaluate each one according to his work and accomplishments. The present is theirs, the future, for which I have really worked, is mine. Invention is the most important product of man's creative brain. The ultimate purpose is the complete mastery of mind over the material world, the harnessing of human nature to human needs. Today's scientists have substituted mathematics for experiments, and they wander off through equation after equation, and eventually build a structure which has no relation to reality. So astounding are the facts in this connection, that it would seem as though the Creator, himself had electrically designed this planet. Most persons are so absorbed in the contemplation of the outside world that they are wholly oblivious to what is passing on within themselves. But instinct is something which transcends knowledge. We have, undoubtedly, certain finer fibers that enable us to perceive truths when logical deduction, or any other willful effort of the brain, is futile. Most certainly, some planets are not inhabited, but others are, and among these there must exist life under all conditions and phases of development. Every living being is an engine geared to the wheelwork of the universe. Though seemingly affected only by its immediate surrounding, the sphere of external influence extends to infinite distance. The idea of atomic energy is illusionary, but it has taken so powerful a hold on the minds, that although I have preached against it for 25 years, there are still some who believe it to be realizable. There is something within me that might be illusion, as it is often case with young delighted people, but if I would be fortunate to achieve some of my ideals, it would be on the behalf of the whole of humanity. The progressive development of man is vitally dependent on invention. It is the most important product of his creative brain. When natural inclination develops into a passionate desire, one advances towards his goal in 7-league boots. One may feel a sudden wave of sadness and rake his brain for an explanation when he might have noticed that it was caused by a cloud cutting off the rays of the sun. It is not in the shallow physical imitation of men that women will assert first their equality and later their superiority, but in the awakening of the intellect of women. Peace can only come as a natural consequence of universal enlightenment and merging of races, and we are still far from this blissful realization. Most persons are so absorbed in the contemplation of the outside world that they are wholly oblivious to what is passing on within themselves. I am credited with being one of the hardest workers, and perhaps I am, if thought is the equivalent of labor, for I have devoted to it almost all of my waking hours.